in Christianity, one of the very foundational truths of our faith is that Jesus is the God-man. He's the God-man. This is when we start to get into the nature of Jesus. But what do we mean that Jesus is the God-man? Well, it simply means that he has a divine nature and a human nature. In theology, we call this the hypostatic union of Christ, that he is truly God and truly man, or he's infinitely God and he's fully man. Now, how has the church thought about that throughout history? Well, from the Chalcedonian Creed, we understand that his divine nature and his human nature, they are neither mixed together nor separated, but he has two distinct natures, divinity and humanity, united in the one person of Jesus Christ. This is super, super important. And so the Son of God, he has eternally ruled and reigned with the Father and the Spirit, and he has descended and he is put on human flesh, and he has lowered his status. He doesn't lose his status, but he has lowered his status so that he may dwell among us. And then he's born of a virgin. The virgin birth is really, really foundational to our faith, because if Jesus is born into sin, he cannot save you from your sin, let alone himself from his own sin, but he must be born of a virgin. And by being born of a virgin, man cannot take the credit for his life and his works. And so Jesus is conceived by the Holy Spirit and born of woman. And then we get into his mediatorial role, because if Jesus is not God, he cannot truly offer up a sacrifice that God would find acceptable. So Jesus must be God and he must be man. And so how does this work in terms of his role? Well, God the Father requires a sacrifice that is of infinite value. Now, Jesus being God can offer up a sacrifice that is of infinite value because his divine nature is infinite. Therefore, because Jesus is God and man, he can represent us, the guilty, on our behalf, and he then represents God as the righteous, innocent party, and now he offers up a sacrifice that is pleasing unto the Lord. So Jesus has to be God and man. This is foundational to our faith. This is one of the very basics of what it means to be Christian. And if Jesus is not God, then we have no hope, we have no life, and we still stand condemned as sinners. But if he is God, then we have forgiveness of sins. We have life in him, and that we have truly been redeemed and bought with the blood of Christ. This is the nature of Jesus, that he is God and man, and that through him we can have true forgiveness.